a movie kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm like collecting interviews from seniors.
I'm Saida.
Michael Camella, second term senior.
I am Anthony, and I'm a senior.
My name is Julian Lane, and I'm a senior.
My name is William Lee Summit. I'm a student at Stuyvesant High School, currently in the 12th grade.
My name is Oliver Santiago Cremani, and I'm a senior.
Emma Buller, 12th grader senior.
I'm Ricky, and I'm a current second term senior.
I am Christine Lynn, and I am a senior.
I'm Hannah, I'm a senior.
I'm Cadence Lee, and I'm a senior at Stuyvesant High School.
Okay, so senior year, it's definitely like senior age. Let me just explain it. No. So I think this year it's been the senior atrium because I've spent like practically most of my free time here. Literally anywhere I am in the senior atrium, I'll find like at least one friend, and like either we'll study for a test together or we'll just catch up. Especially with COVID, like some kids being out and then like seeing them after so long. You just know that if you come to the senior atrium, you'll find like another senior, another classmate. Also just the seniority.
My favorite place in Sty, I guess, is the senior atrium because you can both like sit by yourself and do work, or hang out with anyone because everybody goes there all the time.
My favorite place to study has to be SE room, specifically inside of Palazzo's office on the couches. Just love nice naps there.
In my opinion, the best way to spend a free period is probably on your phone or computer. It's really a great chance to kind of get away from all the people at the school. When I finish 5 straight classes of math and biology or whatever, there's really nothing I want to do more than catch up on a chess game that I've missed, or play Clash Royale, and I don't recommend this, but do homework that was due that day. And yeah, I think nothing beats that. There's something nice. You can really get to work because it's not like at home when you're on your computer and you're just doing whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess it was the first impression that everyone has. Like, they hear that it's like a very competitive, cutthroat type of school, but like I came into it not really expecting that. I thought it would be difficult. I didn't think it would be cutthroat because I looked at the people around me in 8th grade. I'm like these people aren't cutthroat. Like, I'm sorry. I don't see it being such a like awful atmosphere. So I didn't expect it to have the atmosphere that its reputation gives it, and I ended up pretty much correct. I think it was competitive certainly, but it was not cutthroat by any means, and it was not hostile. It was a very friendly atmosphere, and I've had a lot of very good moments here.
My first impression of Stuyvesant was that it was too difficult and cutthroat, and it would be a horrible place to go, which ended up not being the case for the most part. But yeah, initially I did not even think about coming here.
My favorite thing about Stuyvesant, honestly, the community. Like so many different communities are all together in this one big school. Like a lot of communities I didn't really think would be here when I was in middle school. Like we have a really big dance community, which is very interesting. Like the school is apparently for nerds, I guess.
Without a doubt, fairies. At the start of high school, I was a Terry's person, and I think that just shows how much I've evolved as an individual that I now prefer fairies. But yeah, it's just the variety is much better, and it used to be a lot more affordable, but now they're like sort of around the same price. But I still prefer fairies because it's just cooler. The worst time to go is probably like at the start of a lunch period because the line wraps around the store.
Yeah.
So I think, dude, that's unanswerable. I think that it really depends on the day. I think that it depends on my means, my feeling. I think that the best meal that I've ever had during a Stuyvesant lunch period, or a free period where I go outside of the school to get food, is probably that one time we went to Whole Foods and I bought like this big ass, like it wasn't even baguette, bro. It was like supersized. It was like this thick, and I tore it in half, shoved my fist in it, ripped out all of like the meat and the juice of the baguette, and then I also bought a thing of smoked salmon that was on sale for like $6, which is like not as crazy expensive as normally is. I stuffed that sucker full of that shit, ate it. That was insane. But obviously that's like not feasible every day because that was like $9, and I don't want to spend that much. And then sometimes when I'm on a budget, I like to go to Terry's. When I want to bake an avocado chipotle, which is like the best sandwich, I go to Ferry's. Food around Stuy's pretty good. I want to go to the Palm at some point before senior year ends though.
Eat in the neighborhood. I honestly like eating by the tables by the river, by the Hudson, like outside of Terry's. If you like buy food and you bring it there and you eat it there with friends.
16 handles. The buy one get one froyo deal on Wednesdays.
My
putting
favorite
on my own
club,
questions.
which you definitely should join, is the Stuyvesant Lacrosse Club and Team. We are a small club, and we're very close together, and it's a lot of fun, so you should definitely join.
I've been doing things since 10th grade.
And now, the 6 rotten, self-interested critics who most likely killed me. I love you, Cat! Go, Cat! Climb, springs, club, leaders, too pretty, no time. Climb, springs, club, leaders, too pretty, no time. Too pretty, no time. She was an angel, she was a sweetheart, she didn't have it on me. But someone did it, so someone wanted it, and now the killer is walking free.
Favorite bathroom? I think the 8th floor. The 8th floor usually is empty, so whenever I need to use the bathroom, that's empty, and you can see the window, so it's like you're surveying everything.
My favorite Stuy legend. Well, it has to be. Was it junior or sophomore year that it happens? Some kid, some senior.
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year, yeah, because we were still in person. Some senior got high off bath salts because he bought them off the internet like a dumbass, and didn't know that they were bath salts. And so he ended up punching a trophy case and like punching a hole in it, and then trying to fight Mr. Moran. And it was very funny because we heard like a few periods later, everyone knew about it, and it was like Mr. Moran walking around with his bloody shirt back into his office.
Stuy legend's got to be, well, in the early 2000s, there was this music teacher that Stuy hired for like a year or two. and fired him soon after. You know, he was kind of not quite fit for the job, I guess, is what they described it as. And it turns out that he was actually ex-Marine, like ex-military guy, and he was actually selling weapons, or at least attempting to sell weapons and drugs and, you know, various other incredibly illegal things to, like, Al-Qaeda, I think. And the funny thing about the story is not that happened. I mean, that's obviously, you know, unfortunate, but it's that everyone he interacted with in his pursuit of you know, selling these things was a federal agent. You know, the person he contacted to buy the weapons, federal agent. You know, everyone he said, like, how should I do this? Federal agent. The person he eventually ended up, like, trying to sell to, federal agent. And I mean, it's just so funny that, I mean, isn't that entrapment? I mean, it just doesn't, it's never made sense to me. I just think, you know, poor guy, right? Because I'm sure he was just trying to make a living.
The catwalk couch, I've heard so many concerning stories about. I don't know how PG this can be. People have told me that they have sat on it at times and it has not been fully dry. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's kind of concerning. I've not heard about the other scandals other than the cheating ring, but I have a rumor I've heard is that Sty used to have a lettuce club where people would just compete and eat, like, heads of lettuce, and I don't know if that's true, but I'm sad that that club is not a thing anymore.
Okay, just gonna give a shout out to Cy Sutton's here, but the legend about the embezzlement from the Coach Nico Stanton, is not necessarily a rumor. It's legit happened, and he's a terrible man. But he was replaced by an even worse man. He forgot to file the paperwork for nationals that year, so he already had the money for all of the travel fees, like the plane tickets down to Florida. It was in Disneyland. So he just decided to keep the money and leave. And that money has never gotten back to the current seniors who were freshmen then when it happened. And then he was promptly fired.
I love the cannibal librarian one because that's the fun. It's pretty easy to explain, but if you, like, tell anyone else outside of Sty that there used to be a librarian who got arrested for being cannibal, that's an instant. So I like that one for, like, the shock factor.
I remember as a freshman coming into school, you know, very doughy-eyed, I would see these stacks, these racks by the scanners that had these very professional-looking, very well-printed newspapers, and I think that is honestly one of the strong suits of the Spectator and other such publications, is that they're, you know, they look the part, they feel it, you know, you smell the ink, you can feel the freshly printed paper that looks just like the papers that we buy out on the street, right? You know, the real publications, which is dope as fuck. But then you read the words are like, it's alright, man. I mean, I guess, like, some of the stuff that they write about is okay, but, like, others, like, just don't feel really relatable to me as a person who's not really a part of the circle of people who's very tight-knit who write these articles, because it generally reflects their perspective and not mine.
Sometimes, like once a month.
Wow. I think that the easiest answer is probably the tech room and doing backstage work for STC and singing, because that was, like, my most important extracurricular at Sty, and that's, like, the moments I spend with all my friends, all, like, working together on one show. I think more generally, I do have, like, some really favorite teachers, and I really appreciate how they made all their lessons so engaging that I, like, have classes I genuinely look forward to. So I'm going to miss being in Mr. Hannah's classroom, or Mr. Palazzo's classroom, or Mr. Henderson's classroom. My trifecta of my 3 favorite white male teachers at Stuyvesant High School.
I think I've just become more confident in myself and who I want to be and where I want to go.
Okay, I kind of like a 7 to 9 because they had that banner. It's like, I don't know. I found it, like, it's like nice and unique compared to some of the other escalators. I mean, the 2 to 4 during our freshman year kind of like took someone's toe, and I kind of like hated it how it was closed because during freshman year my first period class was on the 4th floor, and that inconvenienced me. So probably 2 to 4 is the worst.
So the 4 to 6 right now, but it was closed for a while. I think that while the 4 to 6 was closed, I took 5 to 7 most often. And I mean, reliability, like, I mean, I don't really remember them, like, any breaking down, like, a lot, but I think 2 to 4 is really nice. Dude, you know, why did they add, like, those floodlights at the top of 7 to 9? like you're going up and it's like, ah!
I like the 3 to 5, like up and down. I used it a lot last semester. It seems like it's much chill. 2 to 4 is still scary.
So this is, I've never been here, so I don't actually know, but so that's a room. And in here you have top secret things. Ooh, keep in mind the school safety meeting that happened at grade. This is a lunchroom. So this is, you know, where food gets made, the cutlery, they wash dishes, you know, the delicious food gets cooked, so nourishing. Love my french fries and my pizza Fridays. That's another room with a lock that I probably can't open, but would keep inside. And it's, oh my god, I think there's food in there. Huh, that's me in the reflection. As we walk down this miraculous hallway. Also locked, understandable. That's probably the other exit. That's non-food storage. This is a really long corridor, and I don't know where it ends, and I'm scared that I'm going to run. Yes. Oh wait. Oh.
No, that's costumes.
That's the teacher's lounge. And that's costumes, aka the teacher's lounge where they eat. I've only ever been in here once, and that was for Josina Dunkel's freshman year AT Global project. It was very nice. I made purple yam pie.
They're like, oh my god, you guys use Facebook, but I feel like it's a very like convenient platform for organizing things. Like I know it's like for old people or whatever, but in terms of like using Messenger to create class group chats, like that just doesn't work on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. Like if you want to get the whole class in a group chat, you would probably use Messenger. And like it's also good for like clubs if you want to create like a page. I guess Instagram is also good for that. And without Facebook, like we wouldn't have the pinnacle of humor, Stuyvesant Confessions.
Oh, worst memory, oh god. I don't know, freshman year during freshman year, I kind of like poured for saying I got rejected from all of them. Yeah, but don't worry, you can get past your failures. I became stage crew director like the next year, so it's okay.
One embarrassing moment is probably the quintessential freshman experience where on the first day of school, I had 10th period free, and I was waiting for my friend who didn't have 10th period free, so I decided to spend 10th period at the second floor atrium, which happened to be the senior atrium. And you know, first day me, I just somehow look like a freshman, so I kind of still do, not gonna lie. But so I just sat down on one of the benches and I just took out like a folder and like reviewed one of the class policy statement sheets, the syllabus that one of my classes gave. And then these two seniors, well, I presume they were seniors, they came up to me and said, hey, you're not allowed to sit here. This is like a senior only area. So when they said that, I thought that they were only talking about the bench that I was sitting on. So I just went to the opposite side of the atrium. But even then, that was still a senior atrium, and then they came up to me again and then they felt pity for me and said, "Oh, we're just kidding. You can stay here if you want, but this is just senior atrium, and it was just let you know that." And that was like a pretty embarrassing moment for me, I would say.
Going to sing, probably sophomore year with all my friends. My girlfriend was in the cast.
I don't think I have a specific memory. It's more just like sometimes you'll have moments with friends where you're like, oh my gosh, like I like don't regret going to this school. This is nice, you know.
I think there have to be bluegrams. For 2 weeks, all of my free periods were just spent at a table selling bluegrams. I was just by the half floor talking to a friend, and I overheard 2 freshmen walk by and said, "Do you remember that thing they did in like October? Oh, you mean like the tax on Friends, bluegrams?" And I was just like, gotta love that. Gotta love the SU appreciation.
What's the fun in that? Exactly. Okay.
Let's go.
No, okay. I want to clean up the mess there. We'll clean everything up after. Okay. Stand with your arms out. This should work. No, turn around. I'm gonna call somebody from mine. Let's go.
Okay, I'm actually taking it, or technically the semester's over, but we still have 3 days left-ish of classes.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. Human Pathway, which I took this semester, was definitely my favorite one because honestly I learned so much. I gained a new understanding of something that really interests me and something I might want to pursue in the future. And today especially, we did this really cool thing where earlier in the year we learned how to take our blood pressure and everything.
Who teaches it?
Huh?
Who teaches it?
Mr. Citron. I love him so much. His teaching style, everything is amazing. And so today we were able to take other students, blood pressure. So literally during fourth period, all of us came down to the senior atrium. Again, senior atrium. We all came down to the senior atrium, and I was taking blood pressure of a bunch of my friends and all of that. And it was really cool. So definitely recommend anyone, or just I'm so glad I took it.
I think that my top 2 would have to be urban ecology with Ms. Maggio, which I took in the fall of my sophomore year. That was really eye-opening. It was a cool extension and very specific delving into this area of ecology that I'd never really thought about before, because obviously cities are incredibly important and impactful on our environments, and we have to learn sort of how to live sustainably in a model that's still good for us. And that class really taught me how to do that. Culminated in designing a building. #ad, you should take it. You're all, whatever. Also, Spanish Civil War with David Hanna. Best teacher at Stuyvesant. That class is bomber. The project is actually you doing real research, which is fucking sick. Literally no other class has that in the whole school. Also has good field trips. Also, I took it online, which is an L. But the films that we're exposed to, the lectures, he's just a goat, and that is his best class in my opinion, having taken all of the ones that are unique to him.
So I've never been sitting far in the back. So when I have lunch with other people, I'm on a table usually near-ish the doors and the trash cans. Otherwise, probably either on the radiators or not in the cafeteria at all.
Okay, all those rumors you hear about being cutthroat or whatever, perhaps it's true, but it's only in some communities really. Honestly, you just find a community that's for you, that comforts you or whatever, then you'll have a great time at Stuyvesant. After you find your people, you'll be fine. Even if sometimes the work can get very stressful and all that. So
Stop expecting things and start doing them.
One piece of advice. I think that, so speaking to my former self, you are going to try a bunch of things and you're going to be not good at a bunch of them, and that is fine, and you will cringe at a lot of the memories that you've collected at being very bad at different things, but it's okay because you will meet new people through being bad at things, and you will grow as a person because you know exactly what you're not good at, and I feel like it's important for you to know your weaknesses as well as your strengths. And freshman year is gonna suck for like a while, but it's gonna get a lot better. You should start washing your hands in December 2019. And I know that you thought you like agreed with like the Instagram infographics that said like don't wear a mask on the subway because you're like it's so much more important. You should be wearing a mask on the subway like immediately. The pandemic. Really enjoy everything before the pandemic because everything after that was not that great. It was fine. You don't need to know pre-calc. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and feel free to be bad at the things you're bad at.
And I feel like I've made so many friends, and I could feel like this connection even with people that I don't know as well. So I feel like chorus is a really, really special experience for me, and I think it really brings people together.
Chorus class has been a very, very therapeutic experience, and it's a very nice break from a long day of academic stressors.
Hi, I'm a piano accompanist, and my favorite part of chorus is the tight-knit community, especially every time before a concert.
What I really love about chorus is the relationships and friends you make along the way, like my good friend Vivian.
I agree with Cynthia. What I like about chorus is that it offers me a place to sing, especially since I can't sing at home.
What I love about chorus is how it offered me a place to help develop my voice and learn how I could prosper.
Hello everyone, my name is Xiaoshen Ma and I'm a senior of the class of 2022. What I would like to say about chorus is that it has been quite a journey for all of us because for everyone that I've talked to, the reason why we joined chorus in freshman year is because we got lost in Camp Sci and then we stumbled across the chorus room and then Shemazov caught up, so it was all a trap, but in the end it was worth it. I think, oh look, they're laughing at me. Anyways, they're shy. I'm not shy, so I'm here to tell you to please join chorus, and because you will have a fantastic, fantastic time. It's the best. Yeah, look at them. Yes, yes. Woo! And I do not regret this past 4 years of my life at all, even though if I originally joined to escape music app. But now I have somewhat of a good voice, you know? I sang through quarantine, and so
Woo!
can you. Woo!
Go up the catwalks and go up the catwalks.
I think that we've let a lot of traditions die. Like, as we were talking about, there was cheer no longer has competitions that we go to, and a lot of the dance teams, like Legacy, also competes a lot less. And like for instance, for Sky Squad, we used to have like hip hop A and hip hop B because there's just so many talented dancers, and now it's kind of like a no cut thing for Sky Squad. Speaking of no cut, SOS, which was like our talent show, has also kind of stopped existing over the years. Like as we were freshmen, it's just dwindled down. But hopefully we have a revival of a lot of these like traditions because a lot of these things are really special. And like SOS was where I started to dance, and now I'm directing the crew. So these traditions are important, and hopefully we can revive them before you're ready.
Aftershock. I don't know, probably some independence from my family, so I'll be able to do more stuff whenever I want. But I will like miss all the friends that I'm leaving behind.
I am, because it is much more, I think the stereotype about everyone just like wanting to get ahead of each other is not entirely true. I think it is to some extent, but for the most part, especially in my more difficult classes and like with applying to college and things like that, there's much more of a sense of camaraderie because everyone is stressed and everyone is having a hard time. So I'd say that like the stereotypes about Stuyvesant are not true, and so I am happy with my decision.
Yes, I think that there are a lot of things I hate about Stuyvesant and a lot of parts of Stuyvesant that made me much worse of a person. But I also know that I would not have been as developed or as motivated to like push myself if I didn't come to Stuyvesant. I think it's part of like very toxic FOMO. It seems like everyone else is doing like amazing things or have like more privileges than you, so you gotta like work harder to kind of make up the difference. And I don't think, I'm like very lazy by nature and I love doing the bare minimum at all times, but the bare minimum at Stuyvesant is much higher than the bare minimum at like if I like went to my zone school in Brooklyn. So in the end, I feel like I become a much more developed like student and thinker because of Stuyvesant High School, but I'm also much more tired and at times much more sad. So that's okay.
You know, for a while I wasn't sure, honestly. You know, it can be a tricky school. It's a, you know, some people maybe aren't cut out for it, maybe I'm not. But especially I think this year, I can kind of firmly say that I am glad I chose Stuyvesant.
I'm about to enter my second semester as a senior, which is my last semester in high school, and I'm very excited.
Oh my god, I'm so sad. I'm honestly really sad, but like right now I'm exhausted. Like these 7 semesters have been exhausting and a little crazy, but it also kind of doesn't feel like the end because I feel like we missed that 1.5 years because all of that was remote, but I think that's why I'm sad. But I'm actually like really happy. I'm excited about second term because there's so many things. Hoping that we stay in person, hoping that we get prom, graduation, everything. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited and sad, which I think makes sense. Bittersweet.
Here we go. Okay, push in the glass. Right. Make it happen.
Ooh, it's in.
Alright, for the agents. Now we have to screw it in.
Alright, yeah, where are the screws? Let's get the
You can get a sneak peek of other people's lives. Wow, what is going on? This seems a lot, man.
Okay. Are you ready?
No. I actually didn't think of an answer for this one. Oh no, I did.
2? You give me 4?
I should have read these questions before. And I feel like I'm not looking at the camera all this time. I've been looking away.
Did you get mocked on your first day of wearing a suit?
Stop. Stop. We're not gonna. No comment.
Can I curse?
Drop. That was okay, I'm in the reflection of the door.
Oh boy.
Can I share that? Is that like does that lead to anything?
I'm a weak.